Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Eastern Kentucky healthcare workers share stories of their battle with addiction to inspire others during their own fight. And a Kentucky organization makes a donation to help flood-impacted schools in our region to rebuild and recover.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
6:31 and it's Thursday. Brandon, you're rubbing off on me. I forgot the day of the week. See, my thing is I make fun of you and then it comes back.
See, that's what we call that karma. Since you made fun of me, it came back on you. So there you go.
Well, it's Thursday, September 1st.
That's right.
So,
it is September 1st.
My sister has a birthday on the 3rd.
Well, there you go.
So happy early birthday to her.
That's right.
Yeah, my birthday's in February though.
Let's go to weather and stop talking about birthdays for a minute. All right, let's get into this forecast this morning. And you're seeing over at UVA-wise, things are fairly nice, just cool over that way in Southwest Virginia. 55 there, 54 up in Clintwood. They're surrounded by 54s. Jonesville at 54 as well, 55 in Hazard, 58 London, Manchester, 56 in Irvine, 62 up at the airport at Jackson, the Weather Service office, and 58 down into Middlesboro as well this morning. That is several degrees colder in most locations except for Jackson. They're exactly where they were this time yesterday. Out the door forecast for you. Fog this morning. Be careful of that. Sunshine later today. Another beautiful day. Get out there and enjoy it because temperatures and dew points start to go back up as early as tomorrow. Dakota?
All right, Brennan, thank you. Well, the Knox County Sheriff's Office arrested Stephen Broughton in connection with a stabbing in Barbourville on Wednesday. Police say there was an argument between him and Sean Hamilton. They say Broughton stabbed Hamilton multiple times. Hamilton was taken to Barbourville ARH but was later flown to the University of Tennessee Medical Center in Knoxville. He's being treated for multiple stab wounds, but his condition is unknown. A former South Laurel High School basketball coach has pleaded guilty to one count of sexual misconduct. Jonathan Walker faces up to 1 year in jail and/or a fine of up to $500. The plea agreement obtained from the Laurel County Circuit Clerk's office says the charge was amended from a first-degree sexual abuse charge. As part of that agreement, Walker's potential 12-month sentence would be suspended for 24 months if he serves 60 days in jail, surrenders any teaching certifications, and does not coach youth athletics in the future. If he were to violate any of these conditions, he would be required to serve the full sentence. Walker's sentencing is scheduled for September 14th. A Kentucky corrections officer has been fired after being accused of disparaging the Louisville Metro Police Department and referencing Breonna Taylor in a video. Tahorn Knight was fired on August 25th. He'd been employed with the department since 2018. In the now deleted video, Knight introduces himself as an officer with Louisville Metro and encourages viewers to join the department, then says to not mind what happened to Taylor and calls her a swear word. The Louisville Metro Police Department would not comment on the video, saying it is not the investigating agency. Knight has since apologized, calling the video a joke, and apologized to Taylor's family. Officials with the CDC say fentanyl is now the #1 cause of death for Americans ages 18 to 45. One Kentucky mother is now sharing her story to warn others of the deadly drug. Angela Parkinson says her son Nick was poisoned by the drug in 2021. Nick thought he was taking a prescription pill, but instead it was half of a counterfeit fentanyl Percocet. His mother says he went to sleep and never woke up.
One day, my healthy 24-year-old son is alive and well. The next day, he's gone, and nobody cares. And I can't understand. Why doesn't anybody care?
In Kentucky, there were nearly 3,000 overdose deaths in 2021. Health officials say the two most common overdose deaths are from heroin and fentanyl. Wednesday was International Overdose Awareness Day, and several Kentucky River community care workers shared their stories of addiction, overdose, and recovery. Pamela Brock and Jessica Jones with KRCC are both recovered addicts who are now helping others on the recovery journey. Both women say they work to break the stigma surrounding addiction to more people feel more comfortable reaching out for help.
There's nothing to be ashamed about needing to reach out for help. A lot of people die wanting to get help and they don't know how. It is absolutely okay to ask for help.
Pamela Brock says they recover loudly so people don't have to die quietly. You can catch Brock and Jones's story of recovery on our website at WYMT.com. Well, it is that time of year again. Fall allergies are returning, and so is flu season. It's important to protect yourself and know the symptoms just in case you get sick. Allie Blake shared how you can stay healthy as the leaves begin to fall.
Fall allergies, COVID, or the flu. All three have similar symptoms, so it's important to listen to your body, not just to keep you safe, but others protected as well.
Well, with everybody going back to school, you're not outside, you're in a more closed environment, so infections are going to spread a lot easier.
Currently, ragweed is a fall allergen that can bother allergy sufferers, but there is one key symptom between allergies and a virus.
Now, if you don't have a fever, if you just have a runny nose, you don't feel bad, and you have a history of allergens, then maybe it is just allergies.
It's important to get yourself tested for COVID or the flu if you have a fever, especially if you've come in contact with someone that contracted the virus.
Have you been exposed? Have you been around somebody with COVID? Have you been around somebody with a flu? So what's your risk?
With the recent announcement of a new COVID variant vaccine, that could bring good news come this fall.
We've all heard about COVID vaccines. This fall, there's a new COVID vaccine coming that is going to be more specific for the current variant. But this fall also is a good time to get a flu shot.
Dr. Fox says by getting both vaccines, you can prepare yourself the most. Also by washing your hands, wearing a mask if you feel comfortable, and making sure you stay home if you're feeling under the weather. In Lexington, Allie Blake, WKYT.
Dr. Fox adds symptoms of COVID and the flu can be almost identical. And if you do have a fever, it is important to get tested for both COVID and the flu. Eastern Kentucky schools continue to recover after the intense flooding our region saw in late July. In Breathitt County, state and federal education leaders got to see firsthand what they're experiencing. Commissioner of the Kentucky Department of Education, Jason Glass, was in front of the line when walking through Breathitt County High School and Area Technology Center. Superintendent Philip Watts led the way and says having these officials walk through gives them hope to build back better.
Just telling her story and being able to connect with people that can help us with the application process and open up doors for resources.
Officials with the Kentucky Department of Education have been working with flood-damaged school districts since the beginning, but yesterday was the first time seeing the schools damaged firsthand. Several schools in our region were devastated by historic flooding. Resources and school supplies were lost, making it hard for schools to provide a learning environment for their students. However, help continues to pour in. One Louisville organization donated hundreds of chairs to Eastern Kentucky, and a moving company delivered them yesterday free of charge.
So as far as, here at Cardinal, we just, love our fellow Kentuckians, and we're in a position where we could help them out. So definitely it made sense just to try to help them out that we could. So we're going to get everything squared away for them, taken down there, and hopefully, see a couple smiles along the way.
450 chairs and other school supplies were taken to Hazard High School. They will be distributed to other schools in the region. Well, the cost of college is expensive, and for those who aren't on scholarship, loans add up quickly. That wasn't the case for many in the 1980s. Tuition was much cheaper. Suzanne Griffith attended Morehead State back then. She recently dug out some old memorabilia and found her receipts from her days as an Eagle. Between tuition, room and board, fees and parking, she paid $855 a semester. Thanks to grants and working part-time, she was fortunate to graduate debt-free.
It just breaks my heart. So many people are coming out with a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 loan.
The 2022 tuition and fees at Morehead State University is about $9,500 a semester for people who live in Kentucky. An estimated more than 50% of Morehead students receive some form of federal aid.
Well, the forecast this morning, it is pretty foggy out there across parts of the region. As we cross over toward 640, we are looking again at low visibility, anything less than 5 miles on this map, which is a lot of the area now under some dense fog, especially I-64 corridor back around through the borders there with Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia, and Tennessee. See the London Corbin Airport, no major issues out that way. It is 58 down there this morning. Dew point at 57, so very comfortable. The barometric pressure 30.06 and steady, which means another nice day is setting up as we head across the region this morning. 60 in Pikeville, 54 in Clintwood, and then we see 62 in Jackson. A lot of mid to upper 50s out there this morning, so light jackets may be needed. Your Emojicast, sunny start to September here today. 83 your forecast high for your Friday. Some stray to scattered rain chances possible out there, so we may have another lightning delay for the game of the week. On Friday night are games across the region. Temperatures will climb into the upper 80s, and then there's chances for rain push into play on your Labor Day weekend to start it there on Saturday. We could see temperatures start to fall, but dew points will stay high. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. The time is 6:41. Still to come here on Mountain News this morning. Health experts urge people to get their COVID-19 boosters ahead of the fall season in case of another spike in cases during some colder weather. Stay with us.